It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rivals. And the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night, and he's watching us all with his eye of the tiger. This is The Night is brought to us by director James DeMonaco and stars Lucius Hoyos, Naomi Watts, Frank Grillo, and Jonah Hauer-King. So it's May 28th, 1982 in Staten Island. And what's so special about that day, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you. That is the day that Rocky III released. So what's the significance of Rocky III, you might ask? Well, in 1982, Rocky was a big deal. He was a significant presence to a lot of people and pretty much a hero, especially when it comes to the Italian-American community. Rocky is some serious shit when it comes to them. Like really, back then saying something negative about Rocky was like talking bad about a saint or something. They don't play about that shit. We follow a middle-class Staten Island family on the day of Rocky III's release, and they, much like everybody else on the island, is really excited for this release. This family is composed of the mom and dad, played by Naomi Watts and Frank Grillo, and their two sons, played by Lucius Hoyos and Jonah Hauer-King. For the most part, we follow the younger brother, Anthony, played by Lucius Hoyos, who, after viewing the movie, is framed in front of a whole bunch of people for calling Rocky a pussy. Now, Anthony and his two friends are on a mad dash across town to get home, with the whole island trying to catch them and beat the shit out of them, a la The Warriors, encountering a myriad of colorful characters all along the way. Now, while we do focus on Anthony's story a bit more, we also see what the rest of the family is doing. Mom and older brother Christian are attempting to come to terms with something that could change Christian's life forever, and the father Vincent is desperately trying to save his restaurant that's on its last legs. Or it might not be a restaurant, it might be like a banquet hall or something. I'm not sure. He's like a chef and he runs the place. I'm not 100% sure if it's a restaurant. I can't remember or if they even said. But he cooks a lot of shit there and it's apparently really good. This is ultimately a coming of age story with a lot of heart. Funny thing is when I first started watching it, I thought it was gonna be one of those movies that was gonna like try to have a lot of heart and have these moments that were just gonna fall flat. But I was absolutely wrong. There are parts in this movie that legitimately hit you in the feels real hard. Now, it's not just all drama all the time. There's plenty of it, but the vast majority of the movie, I would say, leans a bit more towards like coming of age comedy. And while it is genuinely funny a lot of the time, it's more so enduring. There's just a really good feeling running through the entirety of this movie. I really liked these characters and I liked seeing them work through these issues that they have in life. I love seeing what Rocky meant to these people, how it made them feel. It wasn't just a movie, it like inspired them to do better in other parts of their life. And it may seem crazy now, but that is what Rocky did. Rocky was highly inspirational. It did actually affect people beyond just the movie, and we get to see that here. Sure, some of it's played for laughs, but there are some legitimately genuine moments in this movie. It may seem ridiculous that we're talking about Rocky III in that regard, but it truly did mean something to these people. And the filmmakers did a fantastic job of showing us genuinely how it made people feel. I've seen Rocky III like a whole bunch of times, but after watching this movie, I want to go back and watch it again. Like, I was inspired by Rocky III in this movie, and the movie doesn't even really ever show up in the movie. It shows people watching it, but you don't like see many, if any, clips from it. But just seeing these people's genuine reactions and the way it made them feel just makes me want to go back and watch that movie. I want to feel like these people felt. The movie also tackles some really important issues in a very believable, genuine way that at first I thought, why is this in this movie? But by the time the end came around, I was like, of course this is in this movie. There were so many opportunities in this movie for them to trip up and look foolish and end up pushing some message down our throats, but they never did that. They just told a really good story in a very genuine, honest way. And I really appreciated that. The movie also has an extremely satisfying ending. Not everything works out for everybody, but the way the movie ends was just perfect. I loved it. I had a smile on my face for the vast majority of this movie, and in the end, I just couldn't wipe it off. I just felt so good at the end of this movie. Not everything's perfect, like I said, but it doesn't change the fact that it felt real, it felt genuine, and you just feel good in the end. The performances here are all really good. Just about everybody does a fantastic job. There are a couple of them here or there that are a little bit larger in life, but it fits the tone of the movie in these parts that have these characters. While this is a coming-of-age drama, it is also a comedy, and in those comedic parts, these larger-than-life characters kind of fit. It was okay, they worked with the tone in those moments. Everybody also has their moment to shine in this movie, but I gotta say the two that I was the most impressed with would be Naomi Watts and Frank Grillo of all people. I've been saying for years that Frank Grillo needs more roles, and he's absolutely proven himself as an action star, and not just an action star, but an action star with a charisma that not all action stars have. Well, here he proves he's got the dramatic chops too. This is not an action movie in the slightest, and he does fantastic. He was absolutely believable as the dad, Vincent. And that brings me to Naomi Watts, who we all know is a great actress. She has had some trip-ups here or there, but here it's not one of them. She does a fantastic job here as the loving mother of the family. And there's a part near the end of the movie involving these two actors that was just great. It was fucking phenomenal. These two guys on screen acting off of each other in this moment of absolute just wonderful acting and emotion was just awesome. It was part of that great ending I was talking about a minute ago. They were absolutely central to that. There were other things that made this ending great as well, but in this moment that these two had that is just so fantastic, it's like everybody else on screen said, oh shit, everybody, okay, let's back up and let the pros do what the hell they do, because they are fucking killing it right now. And both of them just murdered that scene. They were great throughout the entire movie, but in this part, in the end, when it all came to a head, they were absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. Overall, everybody did a wonderful job. There's not any bad performances here. There are definitely some that are better than others, but as a whole, everybody did great. Guys, This Is the Night was a genuinely funny, heartfelt look at one night in this family's life that was just wonderful to watch from pretty much beginning to end. It's a feel-good movie that I honestly wouldn't mind watching a few more times. This was a really good time. It's got some really great performances all around, and Grillo and Watts just absolutely kill it. It knows when to be funny, and it knows when to come in and hit you in the feels. And best of all, it is never fake. It is always genuine. It's no cheap shots here. It's becoming rarer and rarer in Hollywood that we actually get those genuine, heartfelt moments anymore. And because of that, This Is the Night is absolutely worth a buy.
Do it! Do it!
Show me the money!
Do it!
You my motherfucker!
So,
Show me the money!
do it!
This is a great flick. I honestly wasn't expecting what I got from it. I didn't think it was gonna be bad or anything from what I had seen about it, but I wasn't expecting it to be as affecting as it was. So if you're looking for a great coming-of-age, feel-good movie for the night, then check out This Is the Night, and I think you're gonna have a great time with it. So there it is, guys, my review of This Is the Night. If you enjoyed and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and help my little channel grow. If you wanna help out the channel, check out my Patreon in the description below and become a jarhead and get some of the awesome benefits to go along with that, like these guys. And possibly join my top tier and become a bad motherfucker like my man Greg. If you liked what I had to say, give me a like. If not, let me know in the comments below why. And as always, stay sexy, Staten Island.
What a movie, huh? Toughest always win.
Frank. Yeah, but the biggest heart wins.
So while I've seen Rocky 3 and I watched it a whole bunch of times when I was growing up, I don't really remember when it came out or the effect it had on people because I was like, I don't know, like 2. But I do remember Rocky 4. I was 6 then and I went and saw that in theaters. Not by myself, my parents took me. And I do remember that experience being similar to the one in this movie. I mean, everybody was just really hyped for that movie, and when it came out, we just all felt so good about it. I mean, shit, man, how could you not? It brought down the wall. Rocky 4 ended communism. Shit, yeah. Rocco!